And here we go. Welcome back. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go. We're back on the engine. So this afternoon, pretty simple. We are cleaning up a bit of mess here. Really not that much. It's quite good. And we are starting to assemble the cylinder heads together. Basically, we're gonna put the valve spring in place, make sure everything's sitting well. We have the shims that we received, so we're gonna be playing with that. And hopefully we're gonna have time to complete that and maybe start putting lifter into the engine. And when the lifter is gonna be there, it's gonna be pretty much dropping the cylinder head on top. And then tomorrow, that will mean we are moving forward to installing the rocker and yeah, everything around that, the push rod, stuff like that, to actually have a proper activation moment. So with that said, let's dive straight into that. Pom, 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 pom. That here. We're gonna push that here. And so for now, we're gonna be able to get rid of all that, because we are not using that for a while. We should be good not using that, but hey, just in case. This. That one bolt we are left with going in the pot there. Have a look actually if there was anything wrong with the block or the oil pan, but like I said, I'm 90% sure that it's all due to the fact that we have a Gen 3 and the pan is made for Gen 3 and Gen 4, so we should not be too worried about all this. There we go. Bam! So that we're gonna have a bit of work this afternoon dropping the spring in place. It's gonna be one of those streams where it's gonna be pretty much do it once, then repeat 16 times. Well, at least only 8 times, because this time we are actually working on on 2 valves at a time. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Welcome back. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing great. Go. Boop. Let's grab another one. Whew, I'm going through so many rolls of blue towels. It's crazy. Are you ready for some action this afternoon? Because we are assembling some cool little thing. Point. In fact, I'm gonna keep that one and make sure I have both the same size of surfaces here. Nice. Are you Googling to find some stuff you need to do there? How to optimize all of that? All right. Let's try to grab the heads. We're gonna start with that one, which is driver's side one. There we go. Dual side. There we go. Hey, beautiful cylinder head right there. I'm gonna grab the air and spray a bit of air on top here just to see if there's particles lifting up. Pretty decent. I just saw a few of them fly here and there, but like nothing crazy, so we are happy with that. So hey, there we go. We have our cylinder head right there. I'm gonna grab the tool to actually compress the spring. I think it is right around here, if I remember correctly. Is it, or is it in the lower one? Ah, there it is. Oh yeah, brother. So you will see this is an interesting tool. Pretty easy to use. Pretty simple, I would say also. Automatic highlighting of stuff like duplicate. And when there are one written employee, man, you need to learn how to write. Highlighted is not written like that. I'm hitting the cam. It's hard to read you, man. Written, the one written. But that's nice. Create a whole search engine for the document. Oh my god, that was hard to read. All right, we're gonna be cleaning the tool actually because it's a bit disgusting. Put some gloves on and then work our way around. I just need to remember how to assemble that thing actually, and then we're gonna do that. There we go. Then we're gonna bring the springs, we're gonna bring all the kit together in here, and we are assembling the spring for actually the first time. We just took measurement, we never put a spring in there, which is quite satisfying when you think of it. There was one valve I wanted to check that the elastic on it dried and stick to it a little, so we're gonna make sure it's not creating problems, but yeah, there we go. So let me take the tool. So basically the tool is quite simple, and just looking at it I kind of already remember. We are using the bolts from the rockers to actually set up the tool on top here, so that part is going straight on top, creating a pivot point where we're gonna be actually plugging another bolt on top, and that's gonna be our ring compressor. Not ring, spring. Almost the same. Whew, I'm cold today, holy shit, and it's not that cold outside. During lunchtime, you know what I did, Jeff? I finished Long Road on Lighthouse, killing all those scabby boy on the long road. One of them was a player scav that was running straight in the middle, ran past me because I was in a bush, and he got ratted. Killed like 8 of them, I needed 5. So that was a win. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm trying to clean that as much as possible because that was dirty. Throw that other part in the meantime. So yeah, basically that's gonna be an easy one to work with. So you have like a lips inside that that's gonna basically take the valve seat and well, the spring seat at the top. And yeah, I think it's the valve seat, that one. No, the valve seat is underneath. So yeah, so it's gonna take like it's, or the cover, I don't remember how it's called, spring cap, that will make sense. So it's gonna take the cap inside it, and basically we're gonna press against the spring, then get the valve to stick out and add everything we need there. So that's gonna be pretty straightforward, really like kind of a manual job, but hey, it's really not that bad to do. I remember using that on the actual original spring, and it was really easy to do. There you go. All right, so I have a bunch of stuff here. Now let's take a look. So I should be able to remove these elastic. I just want to make sure I don't have anything stick to them. Oh, it's probably on the other head. There we go. They are all in great shape. There we go. I don't know if I should put the brushing mark that way or that way. I will go ahead and put them that way, because technically that's the way it is working. So I'm gonna make sure it's not scratching on anything. And so that's machine and not really creating effort. Hey, what's up, Tristan? Ça va? Bro. Yup, hey, it's been a while, you haven't been here. That means, comment ça va, man? J'ai regardé ton stream l'autre fois quand t'as streamé, by the way. J'ai juste lurké. Je devais quitter tout ça, mais je l'ai laissé en lurk. Ça pourrait aller mieux, mais ça va. Oh man, t'étais-tu chez Binox? T'étais-tu encore chez Binox? Tu fais-tu partie. Ah shit. Tu fais partie de la cinquantaine? Était. Ouais, ok. Yeah, ben, probablement, je pense que c'était un de tes leads, Anthony, qui travaillait là-bas aussi. Un gars que je connais qui était au fond le beau-frère à un chumé. Tout ça, que lui aussi, tout, man, ça suck big time pour vrai. Tu dois trouver autre chose. Écoute, je suis sans emploi moi aussi, fait que. It's all good. Part of the game. All right, I just need to remember how that is working here. These two, I think, are going down there. Ouais, moi c'est un peu par choix. En gros, depuis... en fait, c'est pas vrai. Je suis pas 100% sans emploi, je suis encore prof, fait que ça compte pas vraiment. Mais basically, après Sony, après avoir fait Spider-Verse, au fond, l'année passée, tout ça, au mois de mai, à la fin de mon contrat, ben, j'avais tellement fait d'overtime que j'avais l'équivalent d'une année de travailler en genre l'espace de 5 mois. Fait que plutôt que de m'épuiser ou quoi que ce soit, j'ai décidé de prendre ça chill, pas trop forcer ou quoi que ce soit. Puis basically, ben voilà, je suis là. Puis j'ai décidé d'attaquer le projet Datsun Front Cam. Front Cam. There you go. Fait que bienvenue dans mon garage. Fait que j'ai retapé le garage au mois de juin. J'ai installé un lift dedans. Puis ensuite de ça, je me suis équipé. Road mic, tout le kit, tout. Fait que, puis c'est ça. Tu sais, j'ai encore tout mon setup en dedans pour streamer, mais j'ai installé un ordi, tout. Fait que t'as peu si tu veux voir. Dual side. Vous êtes là? Fait que je me suis tout installé, tout ça. Fait que commande vocale, tout le kit. On s'est amusé. Fait que ça a été improved over time. Je pense que je suis rendu à pas loin de je veux pas dire n'importe quoi, mais le dernier coup que j'ai checké, je pense que j'avais 900 heures de vidéo dans la playlist de Datsun. Fait que ça fait 900 heures depuis juillet passé que je mets sur la voiture. Puis on commence à voir la lumière au bout du tunnel avec ce moteur flambette, pas flambette, c'est un moteur usagé mais que j'ai fait remachiner au complet, tout ça qu'on est en train de finir d'assembler live là cette semaine. Fait que, ouais. Fait que ça a été ça. En gros, ça fait comme 10 ans, tu sais, genre, je vous ai enseigné que j'en parlais déjà du Datsun. Ça fait comme 10 ans que je l'ai, qui a jamais bien fonctionné ou quoi que ce soit. Puis là, cette année, j'ai décidé... non, ben c'est ça. Ben, le pire, c'est que, genre, legit... C'est drôle, mais je te dirais, le 3/4 du monde ici sont pas des fans de voitures. Ils sont juste là par curiosité, pour voir comment ça va, parce qu'ils me connaissent aussi, tu sais, tout. Fait qu'ils sont juste curieux de voir ce que je fais quand je suis genre dans vraiment ma passion, tout ça. Fait qu'ils sont juste là pour enjoy the moment, puis c'est tout, là. Fait que c'est vraiment trippant, on a vraiment du fun tout. Puis c'est ça, on fait juste s'amuser, puis travailler au travers du projet. Tu sais, quelques personnes, j'ai appris entre autres à faire de la soudure live on stream pour certaines affaires, puis genre... T'sais, on a vraiment progressé. Là. En ce moment, le char, il est très vide, mais il y a beaucoup de beaux stocks dedans, genre les pièces or au fond, tout ça, c'est tout du sur-mesure, tout que j'ai fait venir des États-Unis, tout ça. Fait que gros projet. Ça va être la voiture la plus puissante que j'ai jamais possédée. Probablement une des plus puissantes que j'ai jamais conduit. Puis, ultimement, une des plus modifiées que j'ai jamais eues et conduit. Fait que quand même assez fou. Fait que là, en ce moment, on est sur un assemblage de tête de moteur. Fait que ça va s'en aller sur le moteur qui est à côté. Yeah. Petit trou, tout petit trou. Alright. De quoi le méchant trou sur le bord? Tu parles-tu de ça? Je serais pas capable de le pointer. Là? Ou genre ça là. Parce que t'as dit sur le bord. Ça ici, oui, c'est un trou. C'est le trou qui permet de mettre le système de pédale de frein. Fait qu'en gros, tu as ta pédale en dedans, mais tu as un module qui vient derrière qui se plug là pour connecter sa pédale, puis c'est de même ça active tes freins. Fait que c'est un trou qui est normal. Il y avait des trous pas normaux dans la voiture aussi, plus genre l'automne passé. Shit happens. Alright, let's try to figure out what's going on with that. So that's going like this, compressing those. Ah, that's it. Gotcha. Can I screw that through there? Yes, I can. Let's see if that works. I can't remember the entire thing there, but yeah. Basically, what we're looking for is when we're gonna add... Yep. When we're going to add basically the actual, let me check that. Oh wait, there was one with a washer, so I don't think the washer is going there. Basically, when we're gonna be adding the springs, we're gonna use the bolts to actually compress everything. But yeah, it's not going to sit flush. It's going to actually just allow us to go down there. Pump, 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 pump. Let's do this, that's going on top of that one. I just don't know why there's nuts included. I don't remember what that's supposed to do. But basically what we want to do on our side is connect that to here, so that we can actually go ahead and compress stuff with it. Okay, so that here should allow us to actually compress that. Maybe not far enough. So weird. Would it be better if I actually... All right, let me guess something. If I'm actually going this way, that will clear pretty much everything I need to access. We're gonna try. There are not 10,000 ways to do that. And I'm gonna go take a look on the internet also, because basically the idea here is that we're gonna be compressing everything together. So we use that to sit on top there, and by screwing in those bolts, those long ass bolts on the side here, like that, we're gonna be basically putting that through here. So that should work. I don't know how deep I can screw those, so we're gonna have to take a look at this, but I'm pretty sure this is going to work. Last time I used that was on the other way around. Right, let me check on the internet. We're gonna find our answer to make sure we're doing that properly. Pump, 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 pump. Sheesh, with the new gifted sub this morning, we hit what's close to a new record. By the way, congrats, guy. We have almost the biggest number of subs we ever had in a month. Hello there. Hey, Jamal. Welcome back. Hope you're doing great today. There we go. I wanted to see LS valve spring compressor. That's what I'm trying to do here. Are they using that big ass bolt there like that? Kind of a stopper or something? Ah, all right, that makes more sense. I was about to do everything wrong. Everything was almost wrong because I forgot I had one more piece in here getting cleaned up in the little thing. So basically we need to do, I was saying something stupid. We need to make that tight to the actual side here. Let me show you. We were missing the spacer basically to make everything works great there. So we're gonna set that here against that. So are you able to see at least? Let me show it better. Bam, there we go. So basically in here, what we're going to do is that we're gonna sit that here actually on this side so it's as flat as possible. Then we're gonna come and put that on top. We're gonna torque that in place here so everything's going to be sitting there, and then what we're going to do is use this but underneath here, if I'm not wrong. And the way it's gonna work with one of these ones, let me check, but if I'm not wrong, this is going like that. I'm gonna be using that here. And we need to use that one. I think it's just a spare bolt. So basically what we're trying to do is to get that, I'm gonna switch the camera a little bit, offset it so you see a bit better. So basically we're just going to use that as a spacer to actually drill through that. Like drilling, like screwing that in here is gonna push the spring, then we can release that just like so. And I'm gonna make sure we are not having any issues by using the double washer technique right here, and therefore we should be good to go. Let me grab that's gonna go on top here. No, we were supposed to have another washer, or maybe it's that one here that we are supposed to use. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is grab two wrench so that we can tighten both nuts on each other, which will result in having something that won't loosen up by itself. Probably 13. Even bigger than that? No way. 14. Surprising. 14 is a bit large, but it should do. So basically what we're going to do is go to the top edge there, secure that, then screw that on top here. We're just torquing them together so they won't be released easily. GG. All right. So this way, when we're gonna sit that on top here, it's gonna be good. Like so, boop. Then we're gonna screw the back here, and then it should be sitting pretty much where it needs, and we're gonna be able to adjust that screw after that. The only thing I think is weird with that way of doing it is that it won't, we'll see. All right, time to set up everything in here. So let me grab all our stuff for the valve spring, so everything should be, yes, somewhere. Our favorite moment, the moment where I'm gonna be looking for everything. All right, I have stuff here, that's for sure, and I think most of it actually is here. Dual spring, locks, seats, shims that we won't be using, top covers, valve stands. Perfect, we are set up there. And what we need is our brand new shims, because we order a bunch so that we're gonna have everything sitting at the right place. One thing I took time to look for, and it was worth it, is to see where those shims here are supposed to be. Are they supposed to be at the bottom? Or are they supposed to be on top of the valve of the spring seat? So, hey, sounds good. Have a nice coating session. So basically, for those who don't know, Mighty Nova Bird was a student from my first year of teaching, so that's pretty amazing. And I really miss those guys. They were so cool. All right, so here's my .60. So I have a thicker shim here and a thinner one. So we're gonna be combining both of these to actually get that to the proper elevation for the spring. So we measured, and we are going to be pretty much spot on in the tolerances for that, and that's gonna be perfect. So we are adding one of these, and that's what I'm worried about, the fact that the center is really big. But once everything's gonna be compressed, everything should be good. I had difficulties to actually find the shims in the spec they were talking about, but that was what was required from what I've read for those heads, and yeah, I just feel like the center should have been tighter to fit what's up here, what's going on. So we'll see once everything's assembled how it looks like. Like in here, that's good. It's more in here that it feels like this is not what I was supposed to put there. Because here, what is... It's 0.075 at the center, and it feels like it should have been something way smaller. Let me check. Did I receive the actual right thing? Because something feels wrong with that. It should be tighter at the center. No, that's exactly the spec. Those are heads 817, yeah. Let me check. Shim 817 heads. Because that's something. Bill 409 817. Shims. Spring shims. .57 inner, that seems to be maybe better. Still too big, but better. Let me check. Jeff, you're gonna be happy. I'm gonna take the dial caliper for that one. I just want to check what I should have put there. Should have been pretty much 13 mils. What is 13 millimeter to... not true, not true. Wait. I'm maybe focusing on the wrong thing. No, not true, because that's gonna sit on top here. So basically I should have something the same diameter as this middle part here. So yeah, pretty much 13 mil. Uh, 13 mil 2 inches. Not 13 meter, bro. 0.51 inches, and I said the other one there were 0.57. So I feel like I didn't really order, and that's no good because we need... Hey, welcome back. LS Full Spring Shim. Just want to check because I know they were not available in all sizes, so I need to really take care of that. Oh my god, they are so expensive. That's crazy. All right, let me check. All right, shims. Shims. I just want to check if there was a better thing there. Let me check that here. 6/8. Yeah, they are all pretty loose, I will say. Kind of weird. For the outside diameter, we have exactly what we were expecting, and yeah, the other one are that big. All right, everything is bigger than the actual metal section there, so gonna see how it's going. Like anyway, it cannot basically, like even here, if I'm taking one of these, putting that on top here, it's still going to shim it properly, and with the pressure it will sit right in place instead of loosening up. So yeah, all right, we're gonna try it. I mean, at this point we don't have the choice really, because that's pretty much the only thing available on the market. It seems like that's crazy, an engine built like by so many people and having difficulties to find everything there. Like the exhaust valve are no, the intake valve are going to work perfectly, that's for sure. It's more on the exhaust side I'm a bit concerned, but hey, we'll see. That's that. That, so I have one of each for the 0.60 added. Now let's add the that's 15, no, 0.03 of an inch. So we're gonna do exactly the same, put that on top, then we're adding the seat. So that's just going to make sure that our spring, once compressed, is sitting at the right height. So like once it is compressed, we need to make sure it is having a certain amount of like a certain distance, basically a length that's quite precise. Otherwise you're gonna change the ratio of your spring valve, and that's no good. This is no Gucci. So in our case it's 2 shims that will allow us to run the exact parameter that it is required for those springs. Need to make sure I'm not putting 2 on top. We have the exact number we need on each boxes there, so that's gonna be easy to set up. Boom. And boom. There we go. All the shims are in place. So now from there, let's close that, put that aside. We're gonna start putting our seats in place. So again, same thing, same deal. We're gonna be just quickly washing these to make sure they are clean. There was a weird sound at the door. Still some ice falling from the roof. So yeah, there we go. Need to sit all of that. So let me take that one I need. Brand new part, looks good. Oh yeah. Plus 1. The way we're moving right now, I can already tell you guys, pretty sure tomorrow the engine is gonna be close to be done, if not done entirely, which is amazing because that will leave us pretty much Friday to test fit some accessories at the front, which will be amazing. because I want to check. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to modify one thing for a pulley or something for the belt that's driving the accessories to work well. So we're gonna have to check that. There you go. I know the reason why they are going underneath the seats. It's because you need that lips to act as a centering thing for the valve spring, pretty sure. There we go. That was dramatic. All right, drama boy. By the way, if you didn't know, Tristan, basically there is like 400, close to 450 sound in a folder, and a bot is picking randomly through those. So good luck having the same one twice. That one I think was the first time we ever heard it. There is farts in there, and there is some disturbing sound also, and some super loud one acting a bit as a screamer, and there's a classic memes through there also, so yeah. À quoi tu game à ce temps-ci? Joues-tu encore des fois avec les gars, tout ça, jasez-vous encore pis tout? Genre, je te dirais que ça fait un bout que j'ai pas jasé avec Raph, puis les autres, j'ai jamais vraiment eu full news. Il y a Alexis. En fait, il y a Alexis qui passe sur le stream régulièrement, surtout les soirs quand je game tout ça, ce qui veut dire moins souvent dernièrement. Mais c'est ça, genre, il passe, il laisse son prime tout, fidèle au poste. Il vient troll avec moi aussi des fois. Genre, il vient troller un peu. First stream at the moment will be a Nightmare Kitchen sound effect. Oh my god, that will be perfect. Another perfect one, I don't know if you know what OSHA is, but OSHA is basically what we call here la CSST pour tout ce qui est les trucs du travail puis tout, genre, puis les normes de sécurité. Type OSHA in OSHA in chat. It's a perfect one. There's a few different sounds that can come with it, so it's really, really perfect. All right, there we go. Jeff really liked the OSHA one. All right, so let's seal those valves. Let's try not to throw them on the ground. I don't want to be cleaning all of them. Bref, Alex, on joue à Minecraft. Nice! Ah, c'est cool ça. Ouais, on a fait ça avec des amis aussi, un Realm, tout. C'est quand même sick pour vrai. C'est legit, ça vaut la peine quand même de payer pour un Realm, juste pour la simplicité de la chose. Tu te casses pas la tête, tu tombes en pause quand t'es déconnecté, tout est chill, t'as pas personne qui a host le serveur ou quoi que ce soit. Tout est à même le jeu. Pour vrai, ça, c'est un big improve. There we go. Moi, à ce temps-ci, je grind Tarkov comme un fou. Oh. Oh. Ça a-tu touché d'autres mondes que toi, que je connais? Genre, ben, je veux dire, y a-tu d'autres mondes parmi des gens que je connais, tout ça, ou t'es le seul? Oh, do we have a damage one? Come on. Slightly damage. Nothing too serious. All right. We had one that had a chopped part there. I don't think it's when I cut the thing open, but I don't know, at the same time it's weird. Let me check if they are the same as the one provided in another kit I bought. Because I think there was some more provided in here. Oh no, these are different. Shit. Oh no, I have some actually. Oh, these are thick. Oh, they are the seats and everything all together. All right, I cannot use those. All right, we're gonna use it. Whoa! Je pense juste moi et Alex qui a été touché. Ah, Alex, c'était QA aussi, ça, je me souvenais pas. There we go. Now we're getting to the serious part of locking some spring in place. So we have a valve stem a little bit damaged, but like I said, I don't think that's gonna be a big issue. That one where it is seems pretty safe, so let's go ahead and start adding spring. So basically here, what's going on with that is that we have a smaller spring at the middle mixed with a bigger spring. Usually your classic setup will be only the big spring itself and nothing else, but here the small spring at the center is gonna add a bit pressure and help it from like, it's basically kind of a helper spring preventing some floating at high RPM. So it's not required, pretty much just a safety for our build, because basically we want to make sure for a high performance engine that everything's gonna stay great and working great at really high RPM. Even though we're not planning to run that high, it's just like a good safety to have. The kit was sold with basically the cam, so we know it's matching well for the cam we're using. We shouldn't be destroying valves and stuff like that due to that. That starts to look quite amazing, to be fair, right? Let's throw you a little bit further down, so this way you're gonna see a little bit more what's going on. So here, the idea is gonna be to set up our top mounting plate here. Let me grab one. So the way this is shaped, it will basically sit right on top like this, and we need to compress that so that the valve show itself right here, and then we need to lock it with these locks that are so small. It's like, it still amazes me that this is working to keep something so intense. Like, man, those springs are like super strong. I barely can move them just by hand like that, and those tiny pieces of metal are going to act as a lock in there. So that's quite amazing. We're gonna go ahead and start working on that. So let me just clean the parts. Basically, that's why we're cleaning first, because there's an oil residue on top of them to prevent any rust in the packaging, but we don't want that protective oil in the engine itself. So here we go, one in place. I'm gonna try to dry it a little bit more, so there we go, like so. And let's grab a second one. And we're gonna try to do our first compressing test on that. See if everything's working great. And I need to make sure I'm not going too far over 4 p.m. So I don't think we're gonna get to the lifters, because I see it's already almost 3:30 in the afternoon. All right, so here, from there, we should be able to go and start compressing that somewhere around here. That's never going to work. What the heck is that? So how am I supposed to, because that's sitting there, that's sitting like that. That's going there and there. Yep, the oil on those kind of package, and you can see how like it seems dirty in there. This is just to prevent, just like new brake parts and stuff like that. Basically, it's just added so that it's not rusting, because this is some steel, and what will prevent that from rusting inside the engine is the fact that there's going to be engine oil going all on top of that. But the oil they are using in packaging is not engine oil, obviously, so you need to clean them first. Let me grab my 14 mil wrench and crack that open, because the setup is gonna need to be modified a little bit. It's never going to compress with that. All right. So let's try that. I have an idea of how that's gonna work. And I think I know why there's so many things. Okay, good. So from there, we're gonna be putting that here, right in the middle. Boink. And with that, we're gonna be able to actually add these. I'm gonna use one washer here. I might just grab another one from my box. So let me check what size is this. 13 for sure, and 13 is just here, I think. 13 is right here. Yeah, that's what I said, 14. I said 14, I'm pretty sure. Don't even try. There we go. So let's start by locking our base for the tool here in place. And from there, we're gonna start working our way around. There, but that one's not really going in well, so we're gonna release it before breaking something. Let's make sure we're not tapping the threads, because that will suck big time. That bolt isn't straight anymore, I'm pretty sure. Is it? Let me try that one on the other side. We're gonna see if I'm right or I'm wrong. Or it's that hole not drilling straight. Well, this is drilling straight through. That's working great. Let's try to clean those threads quickly. There's just something in there. All right, I was just having a hard time for no reason. I'm saying that. Maybe I'm seeing some stupid shit. Right, I think we're just gonna leave it there. Do I have the actual bolts going in there? because I don't like the way this one is forcing around. Basically what I'm doing right now is I'm testing everything, and I see there's something wrong with that bolt, so I'm not gonna be forcing that into the case. Maybe it's just that I see some schmutz in it, because basically that bolt will strip the threads on the engine cylinder head. Reason for that, this is cast aluminum, so this is not that strong, and so you have to really take care of what you're doing with that, because if you're going too far with it, you're gonna end up having a bit of a problem not being able to thread anything anymore, because you will damage and basically split the threads, and that sucks. That's really not something cool to do. The only way to save that after doing something like that is to basically try to helicoil that, but even there, like drilling a hole straight in there is really hard. So usually it's so smooth, the aluminum, you're gonna drill in an angle, and that's not gonna be great. I can still feel a bit of resistance. Still going to try to see if it's going further down without jamming. Kinda, but it's not great. I'm gonna try to see what's wrong with it. Just feel like something's biting into the threads. Let's try that on an empty one here. That bolt is definitely not straight at all. That's the reason why we're having problems. So what we're gonna do is quite simple. I'm gonna probably, that's not cool. That just came out probably underneath here. There we go, perfect. Hey sir, are you the same thread? Yes you are, of course you are. You're a GM engine, everything's made the same. That's what we're going to use, guys. Making sure we are not screwing up, we're gonna use another bolt. That's not ideal. We're gonna use another bolt. We had a 10 mil laying around here. Let me use that one. There we go. So let's put that back. Boop. Improvising. And looking at it, they have the same surface. I'm tempted to use 2 times that so I don't have to switch every single time between those two. Well, for that first one, let's start with that. There we go. So that's our first start there. Now we need to use that to compress everything down here without that sliding out. So that should be pretty much, it's not fitting well on top, but it should work pretty well. Are we supposed to use that? No, we're supposed to go this way. I feel like the original one, do I still have them? So I can just compare for fun. I don't think they are here. Shit, that would have been fun to compare the original springs with these. Oh, I do actually, never mind, I do have them. So just to give you an idea, this is the original spring here compared to this. So you can see the length is different and the way they are made is really different. And now with that said, yeah, that was almost fitting, but it should be good just like so. Yeah, and even the top surface is really different. All right. There we go. Gonna make sure my hands are clean. Whew, that's gonna be stressful. So basically the idea here is going to be to just go ahead and drill that there. And what we're gonna do is use that and that as a proper spacer. Actually, there you go. There. Bam. So basically we can start that properly. We can just move that up a little bit so that we have the proper angle and everything. And there we go. Now we can move that back down. And from there, we're gonna be able to hey, and we are compressing everything. So now what I need to make sure is to line everything up. So right now I can tell you that it's not properly lined up. So what we're gonna do that. We're gonna make sure everything's lined up, shims are in place, that we're not going to have any clearance issues. Nope, no bueno. We're gonna move back. So I feel like I'm having a bit of an angle that's preventing me from lining everything up perfectly. So we're just going to try to make sure everything is in great shape here. That. I think we're ready to go back. The first one, as usual, is going to be probably the hardest one to do. There we go. I'm gonna make sure I'm not leaving my hands in there, because that tension might be rough on my hand if it gets least. All right, something's wrong on the left side. So we're going to release that. Just making sure we are not damaging anything. All right, that's rough. That's not going as well as I was expecting it to go. So let's just remove everything. We're gonna make sure we're not damaging, or we haven't damaged anything. Didn't feel the way I was expecting it to feel. So yeah, better be safe than sorry. So maybe that was just because this was not low enough. Everything seems great on the right side otherwise, so not too worried about that. Here everything seems great also, so I feel like the vols were not just as high as expected, so I just put that back in place. We're gonna put that back in place and we're gonna start again. All right, it's always the moment where I feel like stressed about everything, so yeah. I don't know if this is really the best side. Maybe this here. Just feel like it's risky to get something wrong, so yeah, let's just go this way. Far so good. All right, now we're having pretty much the same result on both sides. All right, now shit's about to get real. That's looking great. So this is what we want. So I hope you have seen it, but now we see the end of our valve system there, and basically what we're gonna do is take two of these half round, half cylinder, I would say, that have they have a taper, and basically, all right, you want to see what I mean when I'm saying it's crazy that this hold, you have a groove on the top of your valve. It is fitting in that little bump here, and this has a small taper basically, so we're just going to slide that on in there. So I need to make sure I'm going as far as needed for that to screw in. And then once, yeah, that's tiny, so you put two of them, and when you release the pressure, it's gonna close that, and just by the pressure, it's gonna stay in there. So I'm gonna remove my gloves because I really need all the dexterity I can have. There you go. Gonna try to show it even closer. So are you able to see that tiny piece of metal right there? So here it is. There's no specific orientation. I can already scroll it to the other side if needed, just so I can easily put the other one on the same side. So let me grab one more here. I put a second one, just like that. And when I'm gonna be releasing, it's gonna close around the valve and keep the spring in place. That looked dangerous to place, I don't know. I mean, I hope the threads on that are really good, because if they release themselves, I don't want to know what my fingers are going to become. Not gonna lie. All right, that's quite hard to place there. One. Can I slide that one to the other side, please? Yes, I can. So that second one's gonna be easier to place on this side. That's the kind of thing you're just not thinking about. So there's not specific orientation for that, so now I can just go ahead and start releasing that, making sure they are going to their place, pretty much. It's a really tough place to reach. That's coming up, that's coming up. So now you're gonna see that move up, and you can see how they are All right, that one didn't went all the way in there. That one is pretty good on this side. Just going to torque it back a little bit more to make sure everything is really in place. Seems good. All right, so that just released itself. And now from there, should be pretty much able to and it should sit flat. There you go. Pretty much trusting the tool more than anything. So see, boom, right in its spot. So from now on, I can go ahead and just remove that. And I'm gonna be using a 10 mil for all of them because I just want to make that a bit easier to work with. And I trust those bolts more than the one coming with the kit. All right, boom. First two. So everything's looking great. Everything seems to be in its place. So should be fine. Should, should being the word, the key word there. All right, let's go ahead and do all of them. And that's a thing to keep in mind. The first one was a bit hard to do, but all the rest should go a bit faster because now we just figure it out and know exactly how to do that. So plenty of threads. Just going to release that a little bit so I can center that just a touch more. Plenty of threads. All right, so we have stems, shims, everything's in place. We're gonna make sure the shims are pushed all the way up there. Let's take some top hat, one there. What do you mean? The tool here, what I was using? Yes, this is just place the little piece. The only thing holding your spring in place is this little black part we just installed. That's the only thing holding your spring and everything together here. Yup, and honestly, that blows my mind. Like, at what point in your life are you telling yourself, yep, that's gonna do it? We need to reduce the cost of engines? Yep, those two little pieces, I trust them. Because that's preventing your engine to go kaboom. Like if that fail, basically the valve's gonna drop in your cylinder and get smashed to with the piston to the cylinder wall. So basically here because what we're doing right now is assembling what's gonna be used to open the valves you see at the bottom there. So if that doesn't exist, the valve's gonna drop. And that's a failure that can happen. Is a genius or a madman fair? Both of them. Actually, both of them. So my little OCD here just want me to put all the rings, all the spring cut at the bottom. I don't know why, I'm just doing it. That's not clean at all. I can still see plenty of oil here. Right, so goal today is gonna be probably to get these done because I need to go for a class in a few. So we're gonna try to finish that head, and tomorrow morning we're gonna do the other one, and then we're gonna be ready to rock that on the engine. Gentlemen, start your engines. Yep, still same thing, same class, same everything, pretty much. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Basically, I took a break. I had, for the first time in my life, I was allowed to take some employment insurance, so du chômage. And basically, yeah, I took a bit of time off and enjoyed that project so far. Comment qui sont les étudiants d'aujourd'hui? Ça dépend des cohortes. Ça dépend des cohortes. On va dire ça comme ça. OK, to be fair, cette année, ça va beaucoup mieux que l'an passé. L'an passé, la cohorte COVID, ça avait vraiment été rough. Le manque de skills de base qu'il y avait en troisième année faisait mal. Il a fallu que j'aille un gros talk avec eux de comme, là, guys, c'est pas parce que vous avez l'excuse le COVID que les standards de l'industrie vont être plus bas. Genre, vous voulez rentrer... C'est ça, ça a dû être rough, mais j'étais comme, vous voulez rentrer dans l'industrie, ben le good enough va pas suffire. Puis on était d'un cas, OK, écoute bien ça. Front cam. Front cam. Oui. Front cam. There you go. Fait que, en gros, il a fallu que j'aille le talk de leur dire, hey, faut step up, gang, parce que basically, ce que j'ai l'impression, puis pour te donner une idée, le talk a starté avec moi, qui arrive au début d'un cours, début de sixième session, fait que leur dernière session, tout ça, je leur ai présenté des projets que j'ai fait et que ma blonde a fait quand on était à l'école, v'là 10 ans. Mais c'était des projets de première et deuxième année qu'on a fait. J'ai même pas pris nos trucs de demo reel ou quoi que ce soit, juste des projets standards d'école de première et deuxième année. Les étudiants étaient genre « Oh my God, c'est donc bien cool! Wow, c'était bien sick! » Puis genre, j'étais comme « Non, non, on était à la même place que vous. On travaillait genre ce qu'il fallait pour passer le cours puis tout, mais on travaillait pas 800 heures sur un projet. » La grosse différence étant, puis là, dans le temps, on s'entend, les UV, les textures, tu faisais tout ça dans Photoshop, il n'y avait pas de substance, il n'y avait pas, ce genre de truc-là. Exact, c'est vrai ça, exact. Alors, on va à la même place, là, Tristan. Donc, je leur montre ça, puis ça a été un gros talk de, tu sais, gang, un projet standard prenait peut-être, exemple, 100 heures pour faire de quoi de kick-ass back in the days. Pour vous, aujourd'hui, c'est peut-être 50 à 60 heures. Les techs ont tellement évolué, les logiciels sont tellement plus cool. Vous seriez supposé livrer de quoi d'aussi hot, égal, kiff, pour à peu près 50 à 60 % du temps, plus ou moins. Même si on parle de 70 % du temps. Fait que là, j'étais comme, tu sais, fait qu'à partir de là, est-ce que ça signifie à 70 % du temps que nous, on mettait sur nos projets, vous arrêtez? Non, le but, c'est d'aller plus loin, de prouver que vous êtes hot. Tarkov tonight? I don't think, Jamal, I'm teaching tonight, and that's what we're talking about right now. I'm basically like saying the new generation are pretty much lacking the will. So, moi, les boys qui partaient à genre 11h à même 1h AM pour nos projets, je pense pas que ça arrive vraiment aujourd'hui. Alright, I'm gonna keep going in English. Jamal, listen to that. It's worth, because basically, my teen of a bird is a student from the first year I teach. So, basically, 5 years ago already. And yeah, so basically, what happened is that ouch. So basically, I'm teaching in 3D animation. Usually I'm not doing that full time. I'm doing that full time now because I have the chance to. But pretty much in a few weeks or months, I'm gonna have to go back and work again in the cinema industry in 3D animation. But yeah, so I'm also teaching that in a college in Quebec, and basically, yeah. So what happened is that when we were doing 100 hours on a project, just rounding the numbers, nowadays with the new technology 10 years later than when I was at school, you can do the same project in 60 to 70 hours. Now, problem is the students are not even reaching the quality of what we were doing, and I'm not talking just about me. I was considered in high tier average. Like I was not one of the top artists of the class, and like I feel like I was like in the average, just a little bit above, like the high tier average person in class. So my project seems like a pretty good benchmark because it's not the top tier one, the god tier. You're like, oh my god, how did they even do that? They were like really accessible but good quality. And so I present same for my girlfriend. So I presented that to the students, and basically they were all amazed. And I was like, guys, you're not even putting the 70 hours when you're doing a project like we were doing. If you were putting 100 hours like we were doing, your project will be amazing, honestly, because you can reach the same quality in 60 to 70 hours, and then you have a free 30 hours to put in there. Even if you just put 20, it will be so insane, but you're stopping at 40. And that's the problem now. Like, I don't feel anyone staying late at school anymore. I don't feel like anything's happening around that. And yeah, the motivation and the will to work in that industry seems to be fading a little bit. And honestly, that's quite a big deal. Oh, dude, side note, this weekend I went to the Pee-wee and saw our planes. They are still playing them. Hell yeah! That's cool, because honestly, I don't know if you were aware of that, but I haven't done the Pee-wee project for the last 3 years, pretty much, since the beginning of COVID, because I just like I did that 2 years in a row. Yeah, 2 years in a row, and then I stopped because they choked me at the beginning of COVID. We were 3 weeks into the session, and they just went, "Yeah, you know what? Not this year." And I was like, "Dude, you're telling me that when I'm planning my entire session on that, the entire semester? All right." It's not canceled. They canceled 2 years in a row, and then they came back like, "Hey, that was cool to do, na na na." And I was like, "Oh well, I've done something else, and I don't want to go back there." So now it's a project they are doing, but outside of a class. So it's like an extra activity outside of the process, the technique itself. So anyone from year 1 to 3 can join and help doing the project each year. And I'm not even looking at it or anything. I'm not like the one supervising it. I just don't want to touch that anymore. The best project we've done so far is the Twitch intro, to be fair. So that one here, dual side. So I printed it there, but that thing there, the intro of the channel, that's the best project we did so far with the student, quality-wise, ambience, production, everything. And basically, you guys, my first year, and it's not because you're there I'm saying it, but first year of teaching and fourth year, third year of teaching was the top tier like years. Yeah, they were the top tier years, and pretty much the second one I completely forget who they are. I don't think anyone or almost anyone is in the industry, because basically it was COVID and they were just okay-ish, and they were not really working hard or anything, just except 2 or 3 of them. But yeah, so pretty much no one really get into the industry. And the third year was really amazing. What a class. It was pretty cool. And then fourth year was a bit awful, except one person in there was really talentful and got a job straight away. And after that, this year it's better, but I still feel they are lacking a bit of will to work in class. I have some decent project. Some people seems to have a good will, but have a lot of difficulties with basic techniques. And what else? All right, what I hate the most is that I feel like it's worse and worse every year, but like they are careless. You're explaining something at the front and they don't even listen to what you're saying and anything. So you're like, huh, all right. So it's really hard as a teacher to like explain something that you know they're gonna need in not so long and no one's listening. It's hard. Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've said that on stream last week, and even if someone here will hear it, I mean, it's the truth. I mean, I was almost ready to make a huge speech about it last Monday, but it was a working class and everything. But basically, they are just, how would I say that? Like basically, I'm here to teach, right? I'm here to give student the knowledge I have, to share the knowledge and try to bring them to the next level to become a better artist, right? But if no one's listening and I feel demotivated about it, well, I might skip some extras I will have done. And that's basically what happened. Last week, I did like a class of like really more theoretical knowledge and stuff like that. Yes, it's a bit more heavy, but it's like one in every 3 to 4 weeks we have. And there was so mama and papa are paying in life for them is easy. That's the kind of thing I wouldn't say on stream. But I won't say you're wrong. So yeah, so basically that's the problem pretty much. And like last week when I was trying to explain a lot of theory and no one was listening, well, I had prepared a bit of extras for them, some stuff, some example, and I just cut through that being like, hey, if no one's listening, I'm not gonna waste my time. And instead of spending the whole class doing cool stuff, I just cut it at after an hour 15 and just said, all right, the rest of the class you can work on your project, I don't care. And I was pissed. Honestly, I came back home and I was pissed. So yeah, part of the game. All right, let's start screwing that while I'm talking. Oh, it's already 4. Sheesh. All right, I give myself like 20 minutes and then I'm gonna go. He won't be done with all that, I think. That one's going straight in because we are better. We will see when they will need to get a job and paying the bill. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, so I'm really surprised you never got a job as an artist, to be fair. Industry sucks right now, but honestly, you have the talent, Tristan. Maybe you're missing a bit of confidence in yourself, but I really feel like keep sending those demo reel to people out there, because honestly you have the talent. What you're doing is really great, and maybe like accept a job a bit smaller, like just prop artist somewhere, even if in a small studios or anything, and like just start somewhere. Like QA was probably, I heard good thing about the QA in Activision, but honestly you're worth more than that. You have like everything in your hand, a good demo reel, and honestly, honestly you could just go and do modeling, to be fair. You could just go ahead and do modeling, but like just keep focusing on what you have right now. If you need tips for presentation or anything, go ahead and ask me on Discord. I'm more than willing to answer everything there. And like, yeah, pretty much just go ahead, just push for that, because I know you have the talent for that. You and Alex. I was surprised you didn't get a job right after finishing the school. No, it's okay. It's just going to be here. Hey. Yeah, I'm really keen for that. Like, I'm really looking forward for that actually, because I feel like you're just honestly, I I kind of know where you're sitting at right now. Like, what's the feeling and everything? Because I've been there. When I finished school, it took almost a year before I got my first real job in the industry, and it was tough. Honestly, it was really really tough and challenging mentally. But it's part of the game, and you just need to keep grinding. I was like working on something totally different at first. When I got my first job, I was first of all I got hired in a art gallery, and after that I would say I even went to I was close to making a demo reel for working in the game industry when I knew what I wanted to do was cinema industry. So I really went somewhere else and tried something different, but I was glad in the end I got my job in the cinema industry because I knew it was what I wanted to do. But yeah, so basically my biggest tip here is just keep grinding, keep sending those demo reel because eventually it's gonna work. Someone's gonna give you your first chance, and once you're in the industry, that's where it's getting easier, but like way easier. Even though right now the industry does sucks, few studios did close and everything, like it's part of the game. For every super good years of like in the market, there's gonna be a few really bad one, and the last few years were just amazing. So yeah, be making character, but I have an interest for animation or maybe third place rigging. I was not that bad for animation, I think. Yeah, true. And so I mean, honestly, if you feel for it, but do something you want to do. Like, I will look for a proper job. Like, I will look for anything modeling at this point. Like, you got the chance. It's not a chance, okay, we agree on that, but like right now you're basically free. Like, it happened, you got laid off, and it's time for a brand new fresh start. Anything modeling, doesn't matter where. You can look like some studios like Cub. Yeah, like Cub, KUB, they are doing architectural images and videos for presenting product. You can look at different small studios in game or anything. Like, just get something that will give you experience in modeling. Once that's done, just you're gonna be able, like in maybe a year after that, to just look ahead and see if there's not any other proposition on the market, like something else you could do, and if so, well, go ahead, jump for that and take some other experience here and there. And this way I feel like you could have a lot of fun and like get yourself, because basically at first, even if it was to work on a Barbie mobile game, at least you will get paid and have an experience getting into your resume. So that will just basically make you officially a 3D artist. And after that, once the 3D artist status is official, because you have it, you have experience on your resume, well then, here we go. You will have more opportunities happening. Because basically, look, I worked at Sony Picture Image Work, and it was only my third studios ever I've been working at. So just there, that was pretty much insane. But like, reason I worked there is because first of all I was at friendme studio, then I switched to Squeeze, and after Squeeze, after doing a Marvel What If, basically what happened is that Sony was looking at the profile of people working on those kind of projects, and it gave me an opportunity. So just that one single project opened the door to one of the most amazing studios in the world. and I worked on the best project of my entire life at this point, which again is just dumb amazing. Speed run, speed run. Good evening to everybody joining right now. Hope you're doing great. Had a wonderful day. If it's already the night for you, well, I hope you're gaming and having fun, because damn, I am having fun here. We are moving on the engine. Pretty sure tomorrow we have a chance of finishing the assembly of the engine. If it's the case, we're gonna process to test some accessories on Friday. So that's gonna be cool, and we're gonna be able also to paint and do the touch up on the paint that didn't work well on the engine. So this is what we're planning so far. So welcome by and happy to see you here. All right, can the brake can the ad break just go away so I can see if you answered anything? I have just a pop-up on top there. It's not helping. Even working 2 years as QA, it's still a Call of Duty, one of the biggest franchise. Yeah, exactly. But honestly, that's what I will use. I will use that as a first experience, even if it's not modeling related, and therefore you still have, like, if you were appreciated in your team, you still have like reference and stuff like that that you can use to your advantage. Because basically, like, even like let's be honest, you're basically a junior as a modeling artist, right? But compared to any student getting out of class, you now have people that you know in the industry. You have references, you have work experience in an actual studio, even if it's not modeling. So you can use that to pretty much promote yourself. And with that said, that means if you're applying somewhere and you have a demo reel just as strong as someone that just got out of school, well, you will probably be the first that will be picked up for an interview. Why? Because you already work in an industry. You might have names in there that people recognize and know. So right there, that's a plus for you, and you're ready to rock with that. Use that as a weapon. Destroy the students. Yeah, exactly, and that happens absolutely everywhere. So you know, it's something you are familiar with, and that will happen. Nothing is like a, oh my god, that happens. Oh no, not true. No, you know that. I feel like something's wrong here. Yep, I'm pressing my valve open here. Let's turn that. Something's not working as intended there. All right. What went wrong? So basically my valve, we're gonna go and see at the bottom. Yeah, and basically, honestly, work experience means a lot in this industry, because like you just said it, crunch. Not everybody knows what a crunch is, and like if you experience those, well, you're gonna know how to react and play with that, and like make sure you're staying healthy. Like, it's just a different way of working. It's hard, but at the same time, it's something that when you have experience of that, well, you are more valuable than someone who didn't, who always had it easy. So yeah. I'm pretty confident you can work it out and have a really decent like demo reel and get a job. All right, scene one, take two. I feel like we are smashing something or spinning something. Or it's the tool making weird sound. Wait, now that's working. Expose the valve. Yeah, it's in a weird state, but I mean, still there is people having jobs for others. Like I know right now one that amazed me, friendme Studio is actually growing up right now, adding like an art director to their team, and they have like a lot of projects. I'm still going from time to time with like lunching with a guy from there, having a dinner or something, and like it's really amazing how this is going well for them. Ree! Get in there, bitch. Oi. There you go. Oi. You couldn't. Oh, Alex got hired at friendme Studio. Didn't know that. Yeah, but basically they are expanding slowly, and yeah, they have like a few big projects coming their way. So they never have been in such a good condition as right now. Basically, I still have a lot of friends. Well, a few friends, because a lot of them went away in the next few years after I left. But still have some good people I know there, and they told me like how good the company's doing. Nothing I'm supposed to say on stream, so I won't go too much in details. But basically, they are nailing it. Let's just say that. All right, there we go. Release the tension. All right, that was too easy there. That one's gonna be hard to get. Or maybe not. Boom. What time is it? 15. We have time. We're doing the last one. Let's go. Hell yeah. And honestly, even just like send your shit. Don't wait for. Sometimes they have spontaneous like apply or stuff like that. You can just send it in there, so they have your demo reel in their bank. So you never know if they were about to look to open a pot and you just happen to have the right timing. Why not? Like honestly, focus on having a solid demo reel. Like if you want me to check it out and see if there's something I would improve or anything, like go ahead, send it to me. I'm gonna take a look at it. And yeah. Actually, I'm not even going to lie. If you happen to have a solid demo reel, I'm gonna even use it in my class to pretty much show the student what they are fighting against. Because I know your demo reel is probably going to be better than what I'm expecting them to output this year. So basically, I just want to use that to set a standard also. So, and I'm not saying it's gonna be only yours, but I'm always telling them, look, yeah, I was about to say if my demo was still good, send it back to me. It's been a while. I remember your samurai, your character standing on a pole and everything. Like, I have quite a good memory for those things. But yeah, from what I remember, it is good. I just want to see also the presentation and stuff like that. If you can work it out and maybe improve that, that would be great. But I can't remember exactly how it was. I remember it was decent, so I remember it was really, really decent. I remember doing a different presentation on your samurai that was looking quite good. But yeah, send it to me if you have anything new you can add to that. Add it too, so that I can actually take a look at everything and yeah, honestly make an update of your demo reel and send it to me, like just like you were to submit it to a studio, and then send it to me. I'm gonna take a look at it, review it, give you feedback, and if everything's good, well, everything's good, and you're just gonna be ready to send it. That's, of course, if you're willing to put a bit of work on it. Like, I don't know, I'm just pushing you that idea, but like, if you're not ready for that, or if you don't want that, you can just tell me, right? I'm just trying to help here. Because that's what I'm doing the best. That and fucking up in the garage, but that's not too bad. So far, we're doing great. Like so. I didn't want more character and redo my rendering. Nice, so send me that, I want to see that, and I will review that for sure. The second version compared to what I had first for the college. Nice, perfect. That's what we love to hear. Someone who did work on his stuff. Oh, the shims are not good in here. Gonna release the tension. Let's throw the shim in place properly. All right, shims are now in place. That we're doing great. All right. I think so. I do remember you wrote to me at some point, but like I have no more idea. I was like, that's really blurry in my memory. Oh ho ho, why are you trying to get down there, little valve? There you go, that's better. There we go. Yeah, 2 years since you wrote to me about it, yeah. Something like that. I remember also another student I wasn't expecting at all to write to me that asked for something, and I was like, sheesh. He was also looking for rigging and stuff. I don't know how it turned out in the end for him. Never heard back from him, but I was like, hey, he asked me a question, I just answered. I don't think you know who that is. It was a PO from 2 years ago. Student from 2 years. He actually worked on the banner for Twitch and everything. He was decent, but his demo reel needed a bit more work, pretty much. All right, just go in there. You can do it. Or not. Let's keep pressing that. Are you opening up? Let me check. No, there we go. Now we're gonna get it. It was open up a little bit. I was like, who's writing to me? And I just saw it was you on Discord. Easy. All right. Let's unscrew that slowly. Woo. Whoa, let's go. And we're gonna keep that all together because tomorrow we're working on the second one. GG! Yeah. At least it's not happening that song because I fuck it up. There you go. So now we have our spring that are going to activate those valves. So everything here should be sealed properly. Everything's looking great. So we have everything in place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's for this head. We know that because of that, this is front side, and we should have, yeah, there's a marking for gauche and droite, so left and right. So we're gonna be able to put it back in place, but pretty much quite easy to do when you just follow how it's supposed to be on the engine. There's a few marking you can follow, but yeah, you just need the intake valve to be looking at the right spot and the exhaust at the right spot. Boom! That would have been perfect, but it's more you need to go to work. Yeah, true. It's been 84 years. Hey, look at this. They are looking gorgeous. Dual spring setup, looking great. That's gonna go straight onto that engine. Woo! All right, hey, that was fun this afternoon. Thank you, Tristan, for being here and having such a chat. That was amazing because the stream was slow at first. This morning we had like almost 7, 8 people at all time chatting and everything. That was cool. But like this afternoon was a bit slow, so that made me happy. So on this guy, I'll be back tomorrow morning around 9:30. Let's be honest, I'm always closer to 10 than 9:30 lately because I have difficulties to wake up, but it's all good. So in between 9:30 and 10 tomorrow morning, I'll be back on stream, and we're gonna complete that, do the same thing to the other head basically, and then we're starting to throw all that on the engine. Challenge tomorrow, getting the engine done, I believe. So on this, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.